Ladies and gentlemen, it is Cepheus here. I'm giving you another game of Starbow, and we just had a new patch come out with a lot of changes. I don't think I'm going to talk about all those changes now, but you will probably see some of them here today on this. This is played on the new patch, or just before we patched on the. No, it wouldn't be on the test map because this map is not a test map. It's long use, so which is also pretty cool. But without further ado, on the bottom left part of this map, playing as the red Protoss player, and he is usually red, it is TeddyBear. And his opponent, playing as the blue Zerg Terran, this is Terran, is going to be AlphaSquad. And for some reason he shows up at AlphaSquad all the time. He uses Kalevi all the time, but it's the real ID versus the nickname and whatever. One thing to notice right off the bat with the long news is that you have a really narrow choke between your main and your natural. And this choke is almost the same choke as the choke for your natural as well. Like this little turn right here, you don't really go through the natural. The little natural's back in this little pocket over here. And this is also actually quite easy to wall off this choke. I think it's easier here for whatever reason. We need to look at the this one seems bigger. Maybe not when you put them slightly diagonally. Did I say bottom left? I have no idea what I said. At the right side of the map, bottom left, no one is here. Anyway, so it's gonna be a 10 versus Protoss on Longius, so that's pretty cool already. Longius was a Brewer map that someone has remade, not specifically for Starbow, but it has been adapted into Starbow. And what was I gonna say? We might have to make some small changes to it, but so far it's looking pretty good. Kalevi, or AlphaSquad, I'm gonna call him AlphaSquad because it says AlphaSquad right here. He has scouted his opponent's base and he has hidden his probe. He hasn't seen the Super Cybernetic score yet, but it should be fairly obvious. Playing Protoss versus Terran is... Terran usually has a lot of options. And Protoss usually doesn't... They do also have a lot of options, but not at this stage. At this stage, they basically have to make these 4 buildings right here. They have to make 2 pylons, they have to make a gateway, a cybernetic squad, and a simulator. They can't go for, like, Nexus before gateway. Well, they can, but it's very easy to punish. So, on the other hand, the Terran can go for, like, early CCs. They can do a little bit different things. On this map, in particular, very early CC is a little bit dangerous. Because there is no high ground to protect yourself on. What is interesting though is that we're seeing Kalev is going to go bio. We have the Merc extended cord coming. Mercs is a new unit in this patch. Mercs, which look a lot like Hercs and sound a lot like Hercs. They rhyme. They will act differently than they do in the Legacy of the Void Alpha mod. Legacy of the Void Alpha mod, they're anti-light. Here in Starbow, they are anti-armored. They are kind of like a Marauder, which has to grapple onto their units to be really close and fire at them. And as they grapple, when the grapple impact hits, sorry, this has to be quiet for a second. As the grapple impact hits, they also deal some damage. They deal 30 explosive damage. So that's quite good. We're gonna have Kalevi move up with a very weird army. We have a Firebat, 2 Mercs, 2 Marines, and 1 Marine and 2 Medics. Let's see what Teddy has. 2 Dragoons and a Zealot. He actually has his Scout. No, he actually just made a Zealot, which you really wouldn't do except if you're facing Mars. Yes, there we go. We got the grapple right on the Dragoon there. He's gonna try and pick off the Zealot, which is actually gonna be quite important to keep alive to deal with the Mercs, but the Firebats deal with the Zealots, the Mercs deal with the Dragoons, and AlphaSquad has made a quite effective little force here. I'm pretty sure TeddyBear will have to put workers. The workers are actually really good to keep off the Mercs. They're horrible versus the Firebat, so he has to be super careful about this Firebat. He really wants to pick off this Firebat with the Dragoons so he can use his workers. Here comes the second Firebat. He's shooting at a pylon, which is the worst thing that a Firebat can ever shoot. But the Mercs, I think TeddyBear with just decent micro. Yeah, okay, there comes another grapple, and then go back to healing. I like the grapple just for the extra damage. Oh, here comes the TeddyBear responding to the situation very well, knowing that AlphaSquad likes this bio first. He did make 2 gateways before Nexus, which is a proper response to just be super safe, because This is a one base by opening. And he's not stopping. He's churning out the mercs. He's getting a second barracks, and he's got a Ghost Academy already. Music too loud, safe is too low, okay. I need to change some things then. Let's just do this, because I can't get myself louder, I think. Let me just have a look at OBS. No, I can't. I can do something like this. This should be better now, hopefully. So, it's Teddy's turn to move out. He wants to stop AlphaSquad from taking an expansion. And, this bunker is a little bit late, but TeddyBear has to be careful. There are 4 mercs here, and they can shoot down 4 dragoons with decent micro. There are a couple of zealots here as well, but there's the fire bat. So again, we have this interesting composition here that sort of cancels each other out in counter measurements, but for the time being, AlphaSquad is a little bit hesitant to try to engage into this, which is understandable. He's also closest to his reinforcements, so he can easier get a bigger army and be more confident in attacking. No grapple commitment. Once you grapple, you get that extra damage off, but you also risk your units getting picked off. Okay, here we go. He's bringing the SMEs, now you should grapple. And there we go. Here comes the first grapple. Picks off a dragoon. He's gonna get the zealots, and AlphaSquad defends this right now. And on the other hand, TeddyBear didn't commit too heavily into that attack. He just kind of forced AlphaSquad to pull off workers, forced him to cancel that bunker and stuff like that. So that was actually quite nice. And ooh, Dark Templars as a follow-up. This is really weird. Got AlphaSquad making ghosts now. And already the balance discussion is happening in Twitch chat, and I'm not going to join that at all. I'm just going to enjoy this game right now. We can talk about balance some other time. 2 Dark Templars, which means that I really, really hope he's not going to use detection. I'm not even going to say he doesn't have detection, because he has orbital commands, so there's no way he doesn't have detection. But he doesn't have any missile turrets on the front, so if he sends in, never mind. Does he know? Did he scan? He knows. He knows there's a potential there. He's seen the Templar archives. So there we go. And this Dark Templar, oh, turn it around, turn it around. Oh, that's a sad Dark Templar. The flames on the Firebat look smaller with the new patch, but they actually deal a little bit more AoE, because before this patch, the flames was 4 times longer than the actual damage, and that is very misleading. So we changed that. So we increased, because the damage was, the maximum number of Zerglings one Firebat could hit was 4, if they're perfectly like lined up, like 2 and 2 next to each other. And that was just sad, because it's a freaking Firebat with a big freaking flame, and it should actually hit a good number of Zerglings if they're clumped up in like a good line in front of it. So that has been increased slightly. I think you can hit 6 or 7 now. But only if they're like on the line, so if they surround, it doesn't really matter. Oh, okay, we got these ghosts, and they are going to last, but last cloak hasn't completed yet. This is so bad. This ghost group is actually really strong, because you force TeddyBear not to delay his observer with this build. So you can sneak in there with cloak ghosts and snipe off a lot of workers. I've seen it many times before. It's a hallmark of this build, which is still being developed. Of course, this is a very weird and new build that Terran is doing. But TeddyBear countering that perfectly, getting in there before the cloak is there. Alright. So, AlphaSquad up to a lot of barracks. He's going to add in a starport. 2 starports. He might get a lot of banshees going. This is something that we see a lot of. We do have this group of zealots from Teddy, and I really like this because zealots are very fast with speed. They can escape if they're being caught. It's not like the mercs grapple can slow down their units or anything. So they're just checking for expansions, you know, seeing what they get, just staying out on the map, feeling that map presence. It's really important when you play versus Bio, both in StarCraft 2 and in Starbow, to really know when the push is coming and be prepared for it. So I really like this group. I almost wish he had like 1 zealot left behind, but he might get into some observers soon, and he can just have an observer floating above this army instead, which is an even less committal way of doing this. AlphaSquad doing the same thing. He's checking for expansions with this SCV. He actually has it on patrol micro here, assuming that this will just be taken at some point anyway. Oh Archon. Look at that thing. Oh, I can't zoom in that much, but that looks so good. I love that model. It was kind of funny because that model was presented to Starbow a long time ago in the old forum. Oh, nice scan there. And I looked through that forum because I was looking for some information one day, and then I saw that once someone had posted that model, the first comment to respond was me saying that model should be in the game. That was like a couple of years ago, and now it finally is. So that's pretty awesome. Wow, AlphaSquad with the missile turret turtle and the bunker turtle. Well, he has the turtle to defend this base, I suppose, but this is really big turtle, and this Dark Templar shouldn't be getting anything done. It's like, we want to hug you, love us. Oh, he died. Hey, SE2ZZZZ. I'm not going to try and interpret that nickname. So, AlphaSquad is scouting this one too. Well, he hasn't technically scouted it, but he saw a worker coming up. Well, maybe he didn't, but he should. On his trip back, he should either see a photon cannon get shot in the face or see the base, and both of them should indicate that there's something there. Okay, again, AlphaSquad is trying with the sneakiness. He has some nukes. He has 2 nukes that he could land. Nukes don't really do that much damage now. If you look at TeddyBear's vision, he sees the same big old thing that because it's a very short notice. And there we go, there's another one. He also gets a mini-mapping, and oh, TeddyBear needs to move the workers. There we go. Because he only has a 5-second reaction time. And there's a dead. He would probably be even better if he had managed to sync those 2 up perfectly, because your opponent gets a really big warning about those nukes. Meanwhile, Storm Drop from TeddyBear! Wow, I barely caught that. I'm glad I did. And now he pulls the workers, which is pointless and too late, but whatever. Never better late than never? That's a Norwegian saying. I don't think that's an American saying. Anyway, AlphaSquad's gonna throw up a couple missile turrets to defend. He's getting his 3rd base going. Both of them are at each other's throats when it comes to harassment, but right now it's a slight calm. We do have science vessels incoming. I thought he was going to make Banshees, but he didn't. We have 3 of them already out here, actually. They're mostly going to be for EMP. Yeah, that's already been researched, so that makes sense. Another Storm Drop, which I unfortunately missed, but he only killed 3 more workers. He had 5 kills after that last one. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, this base has been scouted several times, and now the SAV is going to die. But I love this patrolling SAV. It has been very helpful. Yes, you can't know. Oh, I see what. Okay, I'm just trying to remember this map. It's been so long since I've been on it, but I like this position from AlphaSquad because this position right here, like if you look at it, this base will protect this. He's gonna get this base free. And that's a double gas base, and it was a double gas in Brewer 2. Actually, it's not that this was part of the StarCraft 2 and we forgot to remove one of the gases, but I think they were only like half. I don't think they were 5,000 gas though. I think they were less. Whatever. AlphaSquad's moving out just with the Marines. He's leaving the rest. No, there they come. It's just hanging back a little bit, just chilling. The Mercs were just, talking about the movie they saw, and they didn't realize that the rest of the Marines were moving. But now they're all back together, making sure they're all as patriotic as possible. And AlphaSquad is okay. He's moving out with the Mercs first. They can take some damage, and they also kill photon cannons really quickly. Really nice EMP. They're taking out all the shields from the Nexus. Here comes some Dark Archons, and that looked like a mine. No, I guess that was just a feedback on the science vessels. That makes sense. They just had the same animation, I think. And the Nexus is gonna stay alive, but TeddyBear is actually going to defend this. And here comes some High Templars. That? I just see little effects. Oh, that was the medics blinding some units, I think. Can't even see. Yeah, blinding a High Templar. When you blind a spellcaster, you also reduce the cast range of their spells to 5, which is an interesting rule. So this is the mind control that is being researched, and yeah, I guess that's maybe not the best icon for mind control. Huh. Actually, I'm looking at the Maelstrom icon we currently have, and I'm not liking it. I might change that. See what we have in the database to choose between. Anyhow, TeddyBear with another Storm Drop is going to be. Oh, this is actually helping. Getting a couple of workers there. The reaction time from AlphaSquad for the Storm Drops have been really good this game. He needs to pick off that High Templar again. Ooh, the War Prism getting really low on health. He cannot really get in here. Yeah, the orange one previously was Maelstrom. Yeah, the microphones. Ooh, those storms are really good. Oh, killing so many Marines, and he has yet another storm. And here comes a nuke. Wow, storms and nukes at the same time. These nukes are to kill off this one. I don't think a nuke can even kill a photon cannon. It almost kills a photon cannon. But he can recharge all the shields again, so I don't think that nuke is worth it, to be honest. Meanwhile, this command center stopped being built. Oh, I thought that was a nuke for a second. But the High Templars are dead. They're stabilizing on 3 base versus 4 base. Kalevi is staying on bio. He's not going for the next switch. He has yet another starport. I'm just waiting for him to start adding Banshees, actually. But he has a ton of science vessels. This feels like a ZVT. Okay, here comes the second nuke. Now, this one is going to kill these photon cannons, so that's something. I guess that's worth it. Thanks, yeah. But he can just move those photon cannons. It's slightly annoying though. This DT is gonna see what's up. No, actually his whole army is gonna see what's up. This poor ghost is going to go down. Oh, nope. He cloaks out of there. Cloak away, little ghost. No, I haven't changed the icons since the test map. These are the same icons we had on the test map, AlphaSquad. But I think I should. I changed the icon for the grapple upgrade for Mercs because that one looked horrible. It was like a gray blue flame hellion upgrade icon, which was really weird. Anyway, enough about the icons and the upgrades. The war prison right here is just empty and chilling. We have a very effective army from TeddyBear, a lot of AoE, a lot of damage. Meanwhile, AlphaSquad very well defended. He's moving his entire army up here, which I completely disagree with, because right now TeddyBear could move in and snipe off some bunkers. Oh, yet another. Oh, that's a good place to. Oh, no. Oh, there's a transfer. No, it's not going to be there in time. But this Nexus is so low in health, though. It doesn't do that much. It's only 150 damage. So, but he did burn some trees. That's the important part. This Dark Templar making sure that the expansion that AlphaSquad is least likely to take will never get taken. Oh well. Anyway, so things are stabilizing a little bit. AlphaSquad going for mostly Marines at this point, and a lot of science vessels. We have the Void Accelerator coming. This is for Stalkers here. Actually, TeddyBear is getting ready for a Stalker switch, it seems. Okay, AlphaSquad really wants to get some EMPs off. Oh, feedback. Very nice feedbacks. Oh, very nice EMPs as well. Feedbacking now with these high energy science vessels is really nice. You can't really do any more feedback now because he did snipe. He did EMP both the Dark Archons. So yeah, these are Dark Archons, these are Archons. So this is just a new Archon model, but it's the same Archon basically that you have in SC2. Well, it's really basically the same Archon as you have in Brood War. Anyhow, this High Templar is they're going to try to get some storms. I love this little group of Marines trying to bait off the storms. Oh, these storms are decent. They look better than they were because the flare helpers are down here and they were like kind of behind here, so it doesn't really hit them actually. But it did morph an Archon and drifted home. Oh, that EMP is good. TeddyBear pumping up his army too much, being punished, and Kalevi with the EMP, very nice. Morphing some more Archons because there are no more energy left in those High Templars, but the EMP can just know this Archon's away. Okay, there we go, a lot of EMP, but this is just so much damage from TeddyBear. Okay, this is a very effective force now, and TeddyBear with some very low energy Archons. I'm not sure if you can hold this nuke coming off. The storm goes off, and that storm just made a huge difference. The nuke never landed actually, and all AlphaSquad is left with is a ton of science vessels. Oh, yes, oh, that storm is good. Okay, there we go. But yeah, that did a lot of damage to science vessels. One storm doesn't kill them, they do 112 damage, science vessels are 200. But I like the use of defensive matrix. I think when you have that many science vessels, you can defensive matrix some units. Meanwhile, TeddyBear taking this base, sneaking out. Yeah, these chokes are tiny. And he shoots us over. Careful there. Dude, careful, careful. Ugh. That was kind of painful. Both at a good trust fund. I'm not going to comment that too much. Yes. The storm. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to respond too much to Twitch chat. I'll just try and focus on the game. Again, we have people in Twitch chat responding to the Twitch chat. So now the Banshees are coming. I was just waiting for that to happen because I know AlphaSquad loves to add Banshees to his bio composition. I think it's a good thing to do. Oh, he's gonna get the pro transfer. This is like, how many pros can he heal? And the answer is all of them. Like, usually, is he can EMP and go in here. No, he's not gonna EMP. He doesn't really need to. Oh, wow, these full cans are actually killing a lot of Marines. And the light in my house is flickering. Hopefully, I won't lose power. TeddyBear gonna try and save his Nexus. AlphaSquad has, like, he's gonna get the Nexus, but he's also gonna lose every single unit right here. He's gonna try and pick up some high target units. A lot of Dark Templars in there, which I like, because now all the sizes have miraculously been picked up. There were so many science vessels, and now there are basically none. No science vessels. He only has 11 Marines and 4 Banshees at this point. AlphaSquad has a very small army, and TeddyBear has a very big army with 9 High Templars and a Star. So this is, yeah, he can get more gas if he wants to, and so can TeddyBear. No, he can't. TeddyBear's just spending a lot of gas. Oh, actually, he's decent on gas right now. But none of them has really been able to kill off. Well, he killed off the space, but it can just very easily be rebuilt now. Ooh, I like this Banshee play. This is really abusing the mobility of this. The Banshee is really abusing the terrain of this map, because there's no way this army can get in here. Like, this is such a awkward place for us to defend with his army. And again, he might be able to kill some cannons before they can complete. There's really nothing. But yeah, no. He got one. Oh, that's a sweet spot to kill the Nexus. Very nice. And meanwhile, he can rebuild his bioforces. Again, yes, mainly Marines. I feel I kind of disagree with that. I think adding some Mercs and Firebats might be more effective, because one storm wrecks it all. Well, Mercs can actually, survive a storm. You can grapple onto the High Templars, sniping and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it's cost effective though. They are more expensive, but still, I feel these are so squishy. You need submarines, of course, for the DPS. But wow, is AlphaSquad gonna come back with a group of 4 Banshees? He is being very annoying to this one, and he's almost killing off this Nexus. Which tells me we should nerf Banshees. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, here comes some. Oh, you can kill some Stars, dude. Cloak and kill. Oh, but you cannot do anything here. This is where you can't do anything. Just getting out of there. Ooh, the blink and the. No, not the Photon Cannon. So that's unfortunate. Meanwhile. Oh, more Banshees. Again, canceling this base. A group of Zealots roaming around the map trying to do something. Oh, they can actually do a lot if they get in here. There's really nothing to defend here, except for the Banshees. Banshees is the story of this game at this point. Okay, so we got all the Zealots here. Now here comes all the Marines, and yeah, the Marines, the Zealots just want to do something. I don't really know. They're gonna get trapped here. Of course, he can recall some of them out. That's a lot of Zealots to recall. We can only do 5 at a time. Ooh, a very nice EMP goes out there, and a nice bottleneck there for AlphaSquad. It's gonna be hard to get really anything done. I feel this was kind of wasted Zealots, to be honest. He's not even gonna get the Ghost Academy, which is a surprising amount of health compared to other businesses. It has more health than a barracks. It's the same as a factory. And there are 4 Stargates? No, there's only 3. Maybe there's one I missed? No. But Kalev is making a lot of command centers. He's going to be very turtleish, taking note from the book of Beastie Cutie. Banshees again incoming. They really need to focus on these Photon Cannons. There we go. And I think he's going to get all of them before any of them completes. And oh, you were talking about the Protoss. And the Protoss do have a lot of Stargates. And is there a fleet beacon? Is there a fleet beacon in here somewhere? There is not. You could just make some Corsairs. And that's actually really good to get rid of the Banshees. Because Banshees are no, they're medium, but still. Corsairs do quite well versus them. And when Banshee goes down, I don't think he actually needs Corsairs. Well, maybe just a couple, just to keep this area secure. Oh, he can get it and snipe the Nexus. Can he get it? He's gonna get the Nexus. Oh, that's so annoying for TeddyBear. He's trying to, stay ahead in this game, and he really is ahead. Oh, okay, he can't make any carries because it's maxed. That makes sense. Meanwhile, TeddyBear's gonna do some damage here, and bunkers are good, and feels almost unkillable with this many bunkers in a TVC competition, but Protoss has really strong units. Oh, very nice. Gonna try and snipe some High Templars. Gets one. And forces another Archon. That gets rifted home to safety. Let's see where it ended up. Kind of, okay, there we go. It's a Nexus, it's that rift home. In case there are any new people here that needs to be educated in the ways of Starbow. Yes, Stalkers are smaller. That is to show that they are weaker, because they are. They really have a very little health. They're much more mobile, and yeah, look at that. That's very little stats. But they're also cheaper, more mobile, and stuff like that. They have longer range too with the upgrade, I think. We made so many changes to Stalkers now, I don't even know how they compare to StarCraft 2 anymore. And Calevian is actually trying to take this base, which is insane, because it's gonna be really hard to defend. How is this protected by... Oh yeah, okay, this makes sense. These three-player maps are fairly asymmetrical, and it's kind of confusing. Oh, okay, so he's... Okay, here we go. No, it's gonna be Corsairs. Which is quite interesting, because his opponent is getting battle cruisers. Oh, there's huge EMPs there. He just needs to go home and recharge everything. Ooh, morphing a ton of Archons. He needs to rift those out there. Oh, he's gonna try to save them? Oh, the Maelstrom going off! Oh, he's catching almost all the bio units. Finally, he got some use of all those Dark Archons he's been having this whole time. Oh, but the Maelstrom goes away again, and AlphaSquad can actually DPS on a lot of these units because they have no energy left. Wow, this turned out to be a very even battle, actually. Surprisingly, even with that big Maelstrom going off. Well, now he can at least make some Corsairs. Where is he sending them? He's sending them... Come here, little Corsairs, where are you going? Sending them over here, so we'll see what happens to them. After a while, it's going to try and kill some Marines. I mean, some medics. Here comes the Cattle Bruisers. Let's see if they can do any damage. They do have that Warp Drive Blink, which costs energy, so it reduces the number of your models they can use. But here comes... Okay, yeah, you can't really defend this with Corsairs. At this point, what you could do, though, is get Mind... Oh, he has Mind Control. You can try and take some of his buildings. Okay, he's going to try and use... Yeah, no, Corsairs versus Battle Bruisers is a really bad idea. Yes, they are armored, but they also have 3 of them. So for like every single attack from the Corsair, which is he's gonna do 2 damage instead of 5 because of 3 armor. Yeah, that sucks. That is not a good idea. Yeah, scouts are better. He's making Dark Archons, which I completely agree with, for that mind control, and he's getting scouts. So this is a good composition of units. The only problem is the scouts don't really do well versus Marines. So he's gonna need scouts and High Templars and Dark Archons, which is the weirdest composition. No, get away from there, you poor Corsairs. So we have these high beam. Now, we did change something with the Battlecruisers. We did get them back to 25 damage, like they were in Bird War. They had 15 and shot a little bit faster, and it just felt really weird. Oh, that was a feedback. We have mind control. Oh, that's important. We have Storm, though. Storm is fairly decent versus Battlecruisers. Oh, get out of there, Dark Archon. TeddyBear has not done the best job this game of keeping his spellcasters in central control groups. Was that a Yamato? I think I heard it starting and then it got cancelled. But yeah, this is unfortunate. This one is going down. Oh, here comes Goons. Gonna get one. Oh, and here comes the Scouts. And Scouts can deal with battle creatures. And he saves the Nexus. Wow. That's quite impressive. Meanwhile, AlphaSquad is taking this base for sure. He's taking it double, just to make sure. And Firebats are... Why would you make Firebats now? I guess versus the Zalts. Oh, he needs TP. Oh, this is very nice, because the Scouts are actually very decent versus the Science Vessels as well. Scouts are finding a lot of use. Scouts are finding a lot of use now. Oddly, even if we made them almost back to vanilla Brood War Scouts. Scouts are cheaper though, they only cost 200 minerals instead of 275. So, hopefully that shows us a little bit more use of them. We're gonna have, again, a squad of ghosts. Do we have any nukes? We have 1, but they can just cloak and be annoying as well. Oh no, they can't. Get out of there. Oh, they can nuke. Oh, he's gonna hit the Nexus! Oh, it's almost gonna kill it. Oh, don't go that way, little probies. Oh, if he just brings in a small group of units now, he can just snipe off everything here. Or okay, he needs to get another nuke. There we go. He's getting another nuke. Yeah, if he had a second nuke right now, that would have been really, really good. But it doesn't, and we do have the units coming back to defend now, just in case there is a second nuke. And the Ghost needs to be careful and Hide there. You hide in the shadows. Oh no, that's a Dark Templar, but whatever. The ghost can pretend to be a Dark Templar. It's temporarily a Dark Templar whenever it cloaks. Ooh, and he has to be really careful. Ghost, be careful. Wow, he's the luckiest ghost ever. You are busted. I don't think actually TeddyBear was watching that. Ghosts do have kind of a lockdown. They have something called a seeker drone, and it's a very slow lockdown missile. It only locks down for 12 seconds because it's only 75 energy and it doesn't need to be researched like a lockdown would be. So it's a light version of lockdown. Okay, here comes another. I don't think this nuke is gonna hit the Nexus, but if it is, oh, he gets the Nexus! Wow, very nice play from Kalevi. Didn't have to commit anything than 1 ghost and 2 nukes to actually get that, and that's actually quite well played. We have 2 planetaries here, like I said, just to be safe. I think he stopped battlecruiser production, but he does have some. This group of scouts, though, is going to be... Oh, wow, they can just kill this sometime. Oh, here comes Vikings! And Vikings do a lot of damage for scouts. Wow, is there a unit in this game that is not... Well, actually, surprisingly, vultures and siege tanks have not been made yet, because this is such a weird game. Here comes a really good storm. Oh, that's that's spamming a little bit too much. Storm has actually lost everything. Storm does not stack, so that was... Oh, wait, the storms were a good placement, though. And here comes a Mealstorm. And the units in strike shouldn't really shoot. No, they're not shooting. But it just looks like they're shooting for a second there. And Kalevi is losing everything here. He's losing everything. Oh, that blink micro with the battlecruisers. I look so cool. Oh yeah, he can do it again because he has enough energy. It's 75 energy. There's no cooldown. So if he has a lot of energy, he can do it. So he saved those battlecruisers there. That's quite nice, actually. But it did lose the rest. Mealstorm doesn't work on battlecruisers, it's only working on biological units. So TeddyBear again ahead. TeddyBear's been ahead for a while now, but Kalevi's hung in there and done cute things like nuking Nexuses, Nexis, something like that. There's nothing in this bunker, it's a useless building. Oh, are you gonna go in? There we go. So, a little bit of a commitment there from TeddyBear. He's actually bringing the whole army up here. He's gonna activate both of his planters. They're not gonna do that much. We have some, we have the SCV. He's repaired from the low ground here. I like it. So yeah, smartly TeddyBear in positions. We see that his army again has been EMP'd. These battlecruisers will do a lot of damage. Oh, storming all the workers that are repairing. Very nice from TeddyBear, storming the ramp as well, making it very difficult to engage this army. He's actually trying to move down this ramp, which might be difficult, but the storms clean up Marines really well when Terran is not paying attention. And AlphaSquad is still going to hold this though. Lost 1 planetary, but not 2. And a ton of workers. Look at the workers kill tab here. Wow, units killed is insane. 503 units killed from TeddyBear this game, but not that many workers. Still a big chunk though. So this is the last mining base. Yeah, basically the last mining base for AlphaSquad. And TeddyBear has 1 here, and he's getting a second one here now. But he's actually also done. If you look at the income tab, it's very similar. Yes, it is indeed very similar. You get income tab fluctuates a lot, and it's annoying. Well, this one should be increasing now soon. TeddyBear claiming the last unclaimed base on this map. We're in the 46-minute mark. We do have some battlecruisers, some science vessels, and some marines in production. Well, battlecruisers are no longer in production, but they need to be repaired. There we go. We got a small crew of 3 repairing SCVs. I was tired of mining. I wanted to do something else. Now, TeddyBear doesn't really know that these battlecruisers are here, else he could have just gone and sniped them. He's just given up on taking down this expansion. Well, if he can just secure this himself, he should be fine. The problem though, this is mineral only. TeddyBear is, he's kind of lacking both resources, but Kalevi on the other hand has a lot of gas left. There's nothing, there's stuff here. That's not a very good distribution of workers. So we do have this army here. The battlecruisers have moved. The army, there might be a clash. He needs to get in peace. TeddyBear on the other hand needs to spread out his army. He can't keep them in a ball like that. I'm pretty sure this game would have been over a long time ago if TeddyBear had been a lot more spread out and made sure not everything was getting EMP'd. Very nice use of Yamato there, getting rid of those photon cannons. And we shall see. Oh, siege mode and siege tanks finally entering into this game. I think that's a very good call at this point, because right now AlphaSquad just needs to hold positions. There's only a few key positions left on this map that you really need to hold. It's like he doesn't care if he loses these bases right here now. That doesn't really matter, except there's a little bit of production right here. Just because his main base is starting to get a little bit full. And TeddyBear's going to attack from a different angle. And here he comes. He's actually going to attack into this. I don't know if that was needed. He has more bases than his opponent. A very good Storm here. The EMPs are going to go off, but Storm already has landed. And AlphaSquad needs to defend this. And he is defending this. And yeah, TeddyBear needs to rift out of there. Losing a lot of units as he's rifting as well. And this is AlphaSquad's chance to take down this base, which he does know about. I don't know why he's... Well, he doesn't have that many units. Okay, there we go. He's gonna move some battle cruisers over. He could at least Yamato. No, he doesn't have... He has one Yamato. That doesn't... Oh, there's the signal. Is it only 100? I thought it was... It's 125. I thought it was 150. Okay. Well, here's the EMP. You can EMP the Nexus. He doesn't really need to. These battle cruisers take down the shield quite fast. Especially with this... Here comes the siege tanks. This is the time for the siege tanks to shine. And again, the feedback. I know mind control. He doesn't have the energy. Ah, I wish he had mind control in those Dark Archons. That would have been so epic. Again, so many signs of so much EMP potential. He scans the army. He knows where the ball is. He knows where the EMP. And I think AlphaSquad might just take this game, which is insane because TeddyBear's been ahead this whole game. And AlphaSquad just has such an effective army now, and again, TeddyBear running the Dark Templars, Dark Archives right into the Red Force. He can kill his battle cruisers. Yeah, there we go. One hero to get one kill, but that one kill is a big one. It should count as 10. Ooh, nice save there with the battle cruiser with the defensive matrix. And AlphaSquad really needs this base. If AlphaSquad can claim this base and defend it, this game is basically over. Nice little leapfrogging there. We're gonna see TeddyBear. I really feel TeddyBear could benefit from getting some of his army around and attacking both angles. Right now, he might not be big enough. What are you doing, Dark Archons? Get out of there! You're expensive units. You're incredibly expensive units, especially at this point. TeddyBear has one mining base. He actually has two mining bases. He's still doing decently. If you look at the income, he's way ahead of his opponent. So this is... Actually, Kalevi taking this base isn't the biggest of deals. It is actually quite big that it's a mineral only, because he has a trust fund of gas, and he really needs the minerals at this point, which is kind of rare for a late game situation. Oh, no. TeddyBear is walking into a trap here. He's going to try and go into it to see if he can actually make anything happen. I don't think so. There's a lot of siege tanks here now suddenly, which is an interesting tech switch from AlphaSquad, which is going to make it hard for TeddyBear to deal with. But these units are doing a lot of damage. Here comes a high level. That's unfortunate. So, defensive matrix protecting the siege tanks really well. He has so many... A lot of science vessels. That's a lot of science vessels. That's like 13 science vessels. I mean, yeah, there is 13 science vessels. 13 science vessels plus siege tanks is just immortal siege tanks with a good EMP. Huh, he's bringing in the Dark Templars again. I guess this is for Dark Archons, because there's just no way Dark Templars can do anything when you have 13 science vessels on the field. Surprisingly a planetary. So the thing is, it looks like they're quite even supply, but TeddyBear has a lot more workers, so the army supply of AlphaSquad is significantly bigger. Okay, here again we have the two groups. I don't think there will be enough. If they would attack right now, there might be, because these are on siege, but they're going to siege up very shortly, and the small timing window there is going to be gone. These are almost hitting the army, very close. One more siege tank like over here, and things are going to start to get nasty for TeddyBear. Oh, here we go. TeddyBear's moving in from both angles. He's going to try and do this. He needs to get some perfect storms off here. Some EMPs that already landed. Very good storm there. And oh, and he might just clean this up. Killing the front siege tanks. He's killing the battle cruiser. Wow. And he's going to get this planter, I think. Well, he doesn't really... Well, he kind of needs to, but right now he's just removed all the defenses. All the strong defenses here. And this is soon going to be on a cooldown. And that could be Tenny's moment to shine. There we go. Yeah, now we can try and take it down. There's still a lot of workers repairing, and these marines are being very effective with the defensive matrix, but they're so low, so there's no medics to heal them up. These are the medics, giving them extra shield. And oh wow, so much, whatever this is called, defensive matrix. Why am I forgetting what it's called? And some good storms here, hurting both the scientists and the siege tank. Dragoons might be able to clean this off. It's so hard to tell. Yes, they should now, because, oh, this thing is done. Cooldown, he can activating it, but he's not activating it. There we go. And I don't think he's going to be able to kill this planetary. No, he's going to have to back off. He doesn't really kill anything. Well, he kills a lot of units. And some science vessels. This is really, really close. It's really hard to say who's ahead. But actually, TeddyBear's just mined out from here. Oh, whoa, TeddyBear just mined out from everything at once. That's a horrible timing. He has to kill this now, and he can't. Yeah, this is actually it. All of a sudden, this is it. Wow, this just went from really close to TeddyBear lost. Okay, he's bringing in all the workers. Oh, workers versus siege tank. This is horrible to watch. Attack, charge those workers. Pulling the girls. And GG, and AlphaSquad takes the game, which is actually quite insane. Seeing that TeddyBear was basically ahead the whole